All right, now it's time for our Walker Automotive Spotlight segment. We're shining the spotlight on the Pelicans via our good friend Will Guillory from The Athletic via Brother Martin High School and the University of New Orleans, also a fantastic jump shooter in his own right. In the media game a few years ago, he just crushed it. Are the Pelicans going to crush it this year? Maybe not from three, but overall, I still don't know who and what this team is. I could talk myself into them being the #1 seed like they were in January. I could talk myself into them missing the playoffs entirely. You cover this team. Who are they?
Yeah, I think a big part of it is what you brought up, them shooting jumpers this year. I think that's going to be an emphasis with new assistant coach James Borrego, them not having Trey Murphy for the first month or so of the season. They want to get more threes up, but how are they going to make more threes? They were a bottom 5 three-point shooting team last year. They want to get more of them up. They want to be more of an explosive offense, but they got to find ways to get those three-pointers from elsewhere. They have rookie Jordan Hawkins, I think, is a guy who can be in the mix. Jose Alvarado, they're hoping to get back healthy soon, but I think it's just more about volume, everybody getting more threes up and just being a little bit better offensively.
We saw that a little bit in some of the preseason games. I know when the starters played in preseason game #1, I think they got like 19 threes up when those guys were out there. CJ could get more open looks. Is the success of this season predicated mostly on health? I don't want to talk about the synergy yet because they've played so little together. Yeah. But if Zion stays healthy and Ingram stays healthy, I think this is a pretty good team.
I mean, we've seen them every time pretty much Zion has been healthy with this group. They've been anywhere from pretty good to really good. Last year, they were one of the best teams in the Western Conference when he was healthy. And when he was at his best, that was when Brandon Ingram wasn't in the lineup. So we see the potential there with the explosiveness they have on offense. But you're right. It's all about Zion staying healthy and Brandon Ingram is up. Both of those guys have to be in it. And if they are, you see the weapons they have, but those guys just got to put time in together. I mean, 12 games in 2 seasons with CJ, Brandon Ingram, and Zion is just crazy.
Yeah, it is just crazy. I know that people will draw comparisons because that's what we do in the media, and there's nothing wrong with that. The Denver Nuggets had a little issue of finding synergy, finding some consistency. You know, Jamal Murray was injured. Michael Porter Jr. was injured. Jokic plays 69 games a year, but once they put it together, they made a run to the finals. Is it too hard to believe that maybe if the Pelicans stayed together and healthy all season, because they do have talent. Look, I've covered this franchise since the NBA relocated back to New Orleans in 2002. I have seen some very bad teams, 18-64. They were awful, guys that didn't belong in the NBA. But this team has stars. They have high-level role players. They have a really good coach. They seem like they're on the cusp if they could just stay healthy. Is it out of the realm of possibility for them to be this year's Nuggets?
No. And I think that's one of the things they're leaning on is the fact that these guys have been together for so long. We're talking about 3 years now with Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, that kind of core of young guys. Willie Green going into his 3rd year, where a lot of people were looking for change with this team. They want to build on that cohesiveness they had with all of those guys and the time they spent together, having that run they made to the playoffs. So they're hoping they can build on that the same way the Denver Nuggets did going into the championship last year. But obviously, as we've said already, it's about Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram staying healthy. If those guys are good and they're in the lineup, this team is going to be dangerous because we've seen how they look when those guys have time to kind of build on what they have.
So obviously a lot of the talk this offseason was about Zion and a lot of the drama off the court. We don't have to rehash any of it. You can Google it all if you want to. But here's the thing. He seems extra focused. Yes. I mean, he said he's not smiling for pictures anymore. He seems like enough of the distractions. I just want to play basketball. Do you get that vibe from him? And if that's his vibe, I love it. Just go out there and just crush it on the court for like 75 games.
Yeah, it's not as great for us media members. I miss when Zion used to be a good quote for us. The smiley guy used to quote Biggie to us all the time. I used to love that Zion. But if he's locked in, if he wants to, make sure he does whatever it takes to play basketball, I'm into it because I love watching a guy play basketball. But the thing is with him, I think it's all about just making sure his body right. And I think these last 2 injuries, the big thing is what happens when he hits adversity? What happens when he kind of hits a roadblock? The last couple of years we've seen it turns into another 6 weeks, 2 more weeks, and then we'll reevaluate. We've got to see him kind of hit that wall and kind of go through it. And I think that's when he'll take the next step in his career.
All right, just a couple of more quick questions before we let you go. Great insight as always. Who's a player not in the big 3 that you think could have a big season? Is it Jonas in a bounce-back year? Is it one of the young guys like Hawkins? Is a rookie stepping up? Is it Dyson Daniels? Is there one guy putting you on the spot right now, high-level role player or young player that you think could take a big step this season?
You named him. I'm a big fan of Dyson Daniels. Year 2, kind of got thrown in the fire last year, and I think times he looked like he pretty much wasn't ready for some of the minutes that they gave him, but I think he's come back stronger, more experienced. He had some time with Team Australia Australia in the World Cup over the summer. So I think he's coming back just a different version of himself, a more grown-up kind of player. And he's a guy that they want to play in this system. The versatility, can defend, can handle the ball, pass. When you see some of these lineups with Zion Williamson playing the 5, which I think is going to be a big story for this team this year, having guys like Dyson out there who are versatile, can switch, can defend a bunch of different positions, I think that's going to be big if he can contribute this year.
All right, final question here. 1 year ago this week, you were on this set, and I told you I was picking Pelicans, Brooklyn Nets in the finals. The Nets imploded just because everybody wanted to trade and did get traded. The Pelicans imploded because of injury. This year, I'm picking the Pelicans 4th in the West. I'm going the Suns, who are loaded. I'm going the Denver Nuggets, who are the champs. And I was going to go Memphis, but because of their injuries, I think I'm going to move another team like the Clippers up that high, if they could stay healthy. And then I think the Pelicans are a 4 seed. Is that something that you're going to laugh at like last year? I think, no, that's doable.
No, if these guys stay healthy, they certainly have the potential to be a 4th seed anywhere up there. Because we saw last year, I mean, they were right there fighting for the 1 seed. So I think that's not crazy at all. I would say maybe around the 6th seed to be safe if I was making a prediction. But no, if they're healthy and if Zion is playing at a high level, they're going to be right up there competing for the 4th seed. And if they're doing that, we're talking about potentially MVP talk for Zion Williamson. Who knows?
That's what I tell people all the time, that if he can stay healthy, he's not a perennial all-star. He's a perennial MVP like Giannis, I'll get it out, Jokic, Embiid, and Luka. He is that good. He is Will Guillory from The Athletic with great insight as always.